so weird. Oh, that's why. Right?
All right, we are live again. Hopefully it will not mess up the delay. I'm really sorry for that. That said, only one gen is done. Corrupt has finished, so nothing too much has happened. However, the Executioner has struggled for a bit of pressure here. These survivors are well aware in advance of where this killer is, and I think are making proper callouts so that the survivors can avoid and get a large amount of distance.
Good news,
Also,
we have fixed the audio on our end as well, so.
That's good, that's good.
You were getting some wonderful Fs in the chat, Rue. I think that F is probably for fantastic, but...
Wow, okay.
First stream back, we gotta. Looks like Pyramid Head is on this Meg. She's doing that awesome PC wiggle.
PC wiggle actually throws me off really badly. Oh, we actually got that hit.
Ooh.
Nicely done.
I guess
Looks
they
like he clipped her just on the edge.
Yeah, I guess they chose for the
No!
Oh, that's so
Oh,
Wow.
brutal. That was spicy. I thought she was gonna get it, and then I saw his swing. I thought she wasn't, but then she did.
Yeah, I was not expecting that whatsoever. Oh, jeez.
And just a brief recap, it looks like we are one gen down, but we have no hooks so far. And I think our Executioner seems to be getting a little frustrated about it.
Just a bit. I mean, this is a pretty rough start for him. This is not what you want to see.
And I think it looks like maybe that Meg was rocking Sprint Burst.
I think they were when we first saw them run into that first jungle gym. It seems like they ran around. Oh, that's Rancor.
I was about to say.
Oh.
I just pointed out to Junie that Rancor is down there in that bottom slot.
Yeah, I did not see those auras before. So yeah, Rancor is on the menu right now. There was a totem, but it was cleansed. That was during the down period. I apologize for that. And first hook for this Pyramid Head.
I was about to say, unfortunately, due to that pellet stun, that's our first hook, and also 2 more gens have popped.
Mm-hmm.
A rough position to be in.
It is precarious indeed.
Yeah, I don't know what this Pyramid Head can do besides I think camping this out is probably the most correct. Just try and secure as many stages on the survivors as possible. Maybe hope that you can get one last one and hope that the survivors will go for a 2 out instead of trying to go for the save. But I don't know. We know where one gate is. I don't know where the second gate is. If the second gate's far away, if they can keep a hook over this area. Yeah, oh, there is a survivor on that last gen in the far corner. There's no 3 gen, so I imagine that'll probably pop here in a second. They do secure the second stage, and this survivor's already over here, ready to get out of this exit gate. Yeah, the survivors have so much distance when these chases start. I don't know what more this Pyramid Head could have done on this match. And there is that last gen. We do see the haste status effect. NOED is in effect.
Also, Rude, just so you know, stream is stuttering and buffering quite a bit.
It just started, yeah. I regret to say I might have to get Guildspire to host the rest of these streams, as yeah, this is the second time my internet is just not having it today. I'm not really sure. I'll have to contact my ISP and scream at them again. This is kind of ridiculous.
I
apologize, chat.
We will scream with you. Would you like us to call your ISP? Junie is a fierce person on the phone. You don't want to mess with her. Look, I am telling you, Junie sent an ex-boyfriend of mine back to where he came from because I was too scared to say something. So
Just saying.
I'm just
no
like,
idea what you're talking.
it was like a mob scene. You put your arm around him and you were like, look, I don't know how to tell you this. You're making my sister real uncomfortable. You're gonna have to get back on that train.
Oh no.
Yep.
And
So if you need her to yell, you can.
I might have to. I apologize, everybody. Yeah, that's why I killed it the first time. Killing it sometimes helps in resetting, but it does not seem to be the case. I'm not sure what's going on. This is the first time in a long time this has reared its ugly head. But yeah, that is the end of the first trial, and it's a 5-stage 3-man escape, which is definitely a strong start for Deathwish here going into the next trial. Just curious. Yeah, I don't think they used any of their second chance perks this game. I don't think we saw Deliverance, Decisive, or Unbreakable at all.
I think the survivors just played a really strong early game, and I think that pallet stun saving the Meg
Mhm.
early on, that really put him in kind of a rough spot.
Yeah, it was. And what's even worse is I think the Pyramid Head, as soon as they went for the pickup, they're like, "Oh, I hear footsteps." It was that, just that stomach dropping out feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I sympathize with that. That is a tough map to play on, but regardless, I'm trying to think of. I don't think of a single spot where maybe they should have broken some pallets. Maybe they should have gone for less mind games on the M2. Maybe just force the normal M1 chase and just play into the Pyramid Head's power. I'm not really sure where they could have done much better, honestly.
It also feels like maybe our killer got a little caught up in the chase, and
Mhm.
sometimes, by that I mean, sometimes I'll be playing and I'll get so focused on chasing, and I'll just forget that sometimes the best thing to do is drop chase and go to the gens,
Mhm.
and like put more pressure on the survivors there, because if you're chasing one person, 3 people are doing gens.
It is true.
And I wonder if maybe that played into it a little bit as well.
It's possible. It's hard to dissect. I will also admit that I was also struggling to get my technical issues under wraps, so about like halfway through there was a moment where I don't fully remember what was going on, but yeah, they had a good start at the chase, but I think they got too much distance, and I think it was just a matter of not breaking enough pallets. I think there was too many pallets left up for the chases. I don't know. That was tough. That was super tough, but they do get a chance to crack back here, and it is a 17-11 lead. It's not impossible to come out, but the survivors definitely have their work cut out for them here. I do not know who they will be taking into this round, though. I don't think it has been determined yet, but I am. That was a pretty. Here's the thing: I've never seen Deathwish before. This is my first time seeing this team, and that was a strong survivor showing.
It definitely was. They did what they needed to do. They sat on gens. They popped them off. They had that really nice save for the Meg, and yeah, they focused on what they had to do, and they were
Got it done.
They were willing to let somebody go to secure the overall victory.
Yeah. The one thing I will say I'm surprised is they seem to have a firm grasp on that game most of the time. I'm surprised they didn't like pre-cleanse Noed. Usually, I guess maybe with the thought of, because obviously the Obsession's going to see that Rancor was in play, I guess maybe that they would have expected Rancor no way out, so they're like, oh, Killer probably doesn't have Noed, so maybe that was the choice of Noed. I'm honestly still shocked. Is Noed Rancor the way to go? I feel like No Way Out Rancor should be the way to go. Maybe the speed boost is what is really good. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
Well, from the survivor perspective, I know that like if we're in a match and things are going exceedingly well, oftentimes we'll stop and we'll say, okay, well, why don't we cleanse totems? This feels like they're probably going to have Noed, and like we're going to get our butts handed to us. However, I will say that sometimes when we do that, it actually turns into this cascade of like hyper focusing on finding those totems and bad decision making and just getting stomped. So I can kind of see where maybe they were like, well, we can just kind of risk it. Like, we've got one person hooked. Like we've got all of our guns almost done. Like, you know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair. And there is also the strat of like leaving like X. You mark the locations. You leave like 1 or 2 up, and then you go after them later. So that is fair too. Yeah, you don't want to get caught up in the totems. I agree.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think like Rancor No Way Out versus Rancor Noed, and I'm trying to think if there's a reason to do one over the other, because Noed kind of forces the survivors to stay in longer to cleanse if they want to rescue. But in a comp situation, they're probably just going to leave. Unless you slug, they're probably gonna leave. You know what I mean? So I kind of agree with you. I think that Rancor No Way Out is better because it actually forces them to stay. Yeah. Although in this last match, it wouldn't have mattered too much because they only managed to hook one survivor.
Right. And maybe that is the gamble. If you know that you're going to get multiple hook stages on multiple servers, you're not going to go for a tunnel. And maybe that's the thing, is maybe on Executioner, because they have just this really strong tunnel style, maybe no way out. Like I said, maybe that is not the option for a Pyramid Head, but we'll see it on other killers.
Yeah, I think you could make an argument for both, but I tend to agree with you. I think Rancor No Way Out makes more sense than Rancor No Ed. Because Rancor is already gonna put pressure. You know what I mean? There's like when you're in a match as a survivor and you realize there's Rancor, the team, if you're playing in a Swift, typically will really hard rally around you, and like. So I feel like I don't know. I don't know.
I guess in the dry, like you're saying, like if you're just gonna take the out, and that's what they did. But in a dire situation of we need this many points on escapes, we can't afford to give hook states, and then maybe that's when you try and pre-cleanse the know it or be prepared for know where it is. Yeah, in the situation definitely wasn't dire. They came out with a 6-point league for the survivor side, and their killer, the killer has a very clear picture of what they need to do here. So yeah. I mean, they technically only need they only need 5 stages, but that was among 2 survivors. If they hook all 4 survivors and they get 5 stages, that's instantly a win because you've already got the bonus from hooking the fresh survivors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like comp rules are so different from when you're playing just like casually. So it's you're more willing to kind of calculate. Oh, we can let you have this, or we cannot let you have this. I don't know. Comp is hard, man. Agreed. It's just a totally different beast.
It is. It really is. That's to be fair, that's actually really why I enjoy it. In a different light, in a different way. It's not like I enjoy Dead by Daylight pubs, but there is a high amount of uncertainty when you load into each and every match. Whereas comp, you know what to expect. You're going to expect very precise coordinated play from the survivors. You're going to expect absolutely brutal, unfair tactics from the killer. I say unfair, it's pub unfair. Tactics from the killer. And you know that what perks are allowed. You know what they're going to take most likely. There is a defined expectation there. And so you're not going to and when you're surprised, it's usually a pleasant surprise, not a, oh, this is my 3rd unbreakable that I've gone through. Oh, this is the 2nd syringe that I've had to eat, like that kind of thing, Or this is like, the 3rd, double blink range nurse with no ed.
I guess that it's interesting because when you think about it, right? Like, in a way, you could make an argument for comp being easier in the sense that you really do have solid expectations of what's going to happen.
But at the same time, you've got to sweat like a madman. Yeah,
the skill ceiling is just like... The skill floor is just like so fucking high, flipping high. Oh my god, it's the first one of this. Why am I doing this? I'm the worst.
Come on, JuniKoh, pick it.
Hey, this is not JuniKoh. This is your better half.
No,
all right.
It's true. You called me the better half, so I am disappointing you really. But you know what? It's interesting because so I've been a little bit off DBD recently.
I think a lot of people have, yeah.
Yeah, we've been going through that kind of burnout of like, it's just not fun anymore. However, this week, I threw out my back in a really bad way, and all I've been able to do is just like lay on the couch and play DBD on Switch. And so
not even on PC?
Not even on PC. I've been playing a lot of like solo matches. I've been playing a lot with friends, and I've been taking a build that I never used to run, and I've been having more fun recently. Like, I've just kind of been like, well, if I die, I die. I'll try and get my friends out. But like, it is really uncertain. You go in and you don't know. You have no idea what it's going to be like. You don't know if you're going to get, a hockey game winning face camping Bubba, or a, mega range blink nurse, or, someone who's going to be a little more lenient and be like, oh, I've just hooked you. I'll go for the unhooker, Whereas with this, like, it is so much more certain, but in that certainty can come some really crazy plays and just like moments that you wouldn't expect to see on both sides. Yeah. Like, it's really interesting. I don't know.
No, that's fair. And again, it's pick your poison. Obviously, if I'm just messing around, and that's the thing too with comp players, they practice a lot, but when they're wanting to mess around, they either one just go play a different game, not WWE, or they go into pubs and they just do the wackiest stuff. Because that's the thing, they're on a certain level. Why wouldn't they? Like you don't need to go into a pub match to stomp a killer. You know you could, but where's the fun in that? It's the same thing. Like I see survivors like. Like when I see a survivor check their profile, and they got 6K hours. I'm like, oh, they're an enjoyer. And yeah, if you choose to chase them indefinitely, they'll probably juice you a little bit. I get that, but generally they're not trying to do that. They're just trying to load into a lobby. It's like, okay, is the killer on the same level as me, or did I luck out? Is there someone that I can have some fun with? Kind of thing. Yeah. And then if it's like, oh, nope, they're a nowhere. They're looking at the wall. Nope, they're not letting me do the CJ. All right, well, this was a good first hook. Let's see if I can Kobe.
I guess the thing for me is just like, I feel like when you start playing DBD, right? Like you go through phases. DBD has like kind of a life when you start playing, right? So you start playing and everything is scary and everything is hard and you're dying all the time and you're running self-care urban evasion and you don't know what you're doing, right? And then you get to a point where you're like, you get more competent, you kind of know what's going on and it's really fun. And then you get to a point where you're like, I want to live, like I want to survive all the time. And you get real salty and tilted when you don't, because like, it's unfair. They have no ed, they're face camping, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you come down to this place of like, I'm just going to have fun. Like if I die, whatever, and I feel like that's kind of where I'm settling into now, which is nice. But none of that matters right now because we're in a plague match with our beautiful butterfly skin.
I was not expecting the plague. And we had this last week show up. I actually really like the double apple.
Yeah, we saw that a lot last season too.
I didn't see double apple as much as I saw yellow apple and the devotees amulets. I saw a lot more devotees instead of double apple, so I'm happy to see more of it. I think it's just to help with the RNG. Having 3 different pools to choose from is really nice. Plus, it definitely forces, if the survivor wants to cleanse to make that hook save, they'll probably have to give you a really good pool to use from. So. Oh,
and you're right. I am just looking back at the devotee's amulet, and yeah, we did see a lot of that, which was the one that would increase the corrupt purge by 20 seconds versus increasing your pools.
I want to say, actually, even in the semifinals, there was a clutch moment with that exact add-on. The Plague having an additional 20 seconds to use their corrupt purge absolutely devastated the Survivor Squad. Like they got a 3-man slug going at everything. Also,
think about DBD, time moves differently.
It really does. That's so accurate.
It's like when you have an extra 20 seconds of corrupt purge, it can feel like you're a god. But when you gotta wait out 60 seconds of DS, it's just a slog.
That's a mood. I completely get that. Oh, the flashlight! You should have gone for the pallet.
Wow. Oh, that's gonna be a regret later, man.
Oh, they're never gonna let that one live down. Oh, I feel that one right there. That was.
But you know what it is though. When you start using the beamer and you start getting a couple saves, you think that that's the way to go. Because I've done that. I've ignored a pallet save to try for a beamer and missed it.
Yeah, and worth noting, this is Thanatophobia. Survivors know by now they've got 3 stacks already. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've seen Plague on this map fairly regularly. I think it works out because they offer this kind of area pressure, similar to M1 killers, but they offer this base kit slowdown that's really hard to slog through as the survivor. So I played Plague here. I've gotten a 4K as Plague. I think I played in COTF back in season 1. Yeah, I think I played in COTF season 1 with Plague on this map, and I got a 4K. I actually really like Plague on this map. I think it's a good choice. And there's that first. Is that a second cleanse?
Plague's still a killer that I hate going against.
Really?
I just don't ever know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Do I cleanse? Do I not cleanse? I don't know, man. I don't know what to do.
We've talked about it a bit before, I think. There is a like again in the beginning, it was nobody cleanse, and then behavior's like, all right, touche. She gets a pool to start off with for free, and Survivor's like, mass cleanse, and they're like, is that really the way to go? And so we've seen a hybrid technique of it's a heal by necessity basis.
Wow.
And this is one of those situations where, oh, she has her power. Oh no.
Yep.
That
This
was
reminds me,
oof.
that reminded me a lot of watching an executioner like double sword knife attack at a hook. Like there's just, you know it's coming and there's not much you can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was brutal right there. And I think it leans into they might have cleansed a bit too much. And again, it's the triple apple, or sorry, not the triple apple, the double apple, the triple pool. Your cleansing options are very limited. And she's even got this really good one right here that she can drink up from. And she's just gonna go for it. Another 60 seconds of power.
I mean, there's no reason not to. She's got someone slugged by the hook. She's got someone on hook. You know, they're still at 4 gens. She's in a really strong position right now.
Yeah, 3 stacks of Thanatophobia still. Jake being the only one that is healthy. Yeah, this is a very strong start for the Plague. I'm not sure how the Survivors can play. That's Rancor too. Oh my goodness.
Oh
wow.
Lordy.
They are
I feel like
churning through the gens though.
We've seen Rancor more today than we saw most of last season, which I'm very excited about.
Oh yeah, for sure. The combo being banned. Wrong direction, but they almost went down for it. Yeah, I think they got a little bit corn blind there. The combination of No Ed, No Way Out being banned this season. Yeah, as soon as that was announced, lots and lots of Rancor. Calm Spirit? I think it might have been. They might have been expecting a doctor. I'm not sure.
Interesting. I was about to say, I'm not sure I've ever seen Calm Spirit in comp.
Well,
which,
I mean,
like,
if you
I
know
was
that's
a
a
Calm
doctor,
Spirit gamer.
it's a hard counter.
Well,
it is.
yes, of course.
100%.
But I mean, if you don't know who the killer is, I don't know. I feel like even like if you don't know who the killer is, and the only person that it really counters, other than like Doctor or Clown, is Doctor or Clown, this sentence isn't going where I wanted it to. I just don't understand why they took it. Sorry. Moving on.
Doctor, I would say on a map with Corn Vision like this is a very safe bet. Also worth noting, if they do get the hook on this Meg, this is GG. This will be the 6th hook state. On a 3rd survivor too, I think.
The survivors had a lot to do in
did.
this match. So.
Yep, and there you have. They do get that 6th hook state. But okay, so hear me out for Doctor here. I'm not the biggest. Yeah, they know it's over. They tried.
She's dead hard.
She's like, we get it. You have bested us in the trial, and I suppose they are taking the knee, as they say.
Well, that's fair. I appreciated the cheeky dead hard flashlighting the ground. Oh, Nia's not done.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. The other two seem to have taken the knee. Nia has not gotten the memo.
I'm the Nia.
There you go.
Sorry, that is me 100%.
Oh man.
Yes.
But...
So, Psycho Mantis is making a very good point, which is the doctor isn't in the pool right now.
Oh
Demo
yeah,
Plague and
I didn't think
Pyramid
about
Head.
that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's fair.
Which means maybe they just worship at the Church of Calm Spirit, which I'm here for because I think Calm Spirit is a great perk. I never run it anymore, but I do.
Now, I say this Plague is just confused here.
She just DS to cleanse. I love this.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the killer pool here. Okay, so the argument for Doctor is that if you want to stick your stages in a corn map, you'll never not find survivors with Doctor. But no, that's entirely. I completely forgot about the killer pool here. Yeah, I just like Plague. This killer is just so good.
It appears that maybe that was actually just a glitch because Abby DBD in the chat is also rightly pointing out that she screamed when she was hooked.
Yes,
so
she did.
clearly it wasn't Calm Spirit.
Oh,
and sometimes
yeah.
DBD do be dumb.
That's fair. I have noticed that before. I have noticed where a survivor didn't scream when I hit them.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to. It's kind of like the
sometimes
wiggle bug going on right
sometimes
now.
I'll get like Iron Will for no reason.
Oh, that's weird.
Which is, yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
right.
why
No
aren't
calm
I
spirit.
screaming?
Okay, yeah, I guess that little diatribe was for nothing. No, I found out about a wiggle bug the other day where apparently if a survivor wiggles off, the next survivor wiggles off instantly for free.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's such
That's
BS.
so
How is that a
ridiculous.
thing? How is
It's
that a
DVD,
thing?
Rue. First of all, you're talking about hockey here. Hockey is a game of nuance.
Okay.
Rue.
Okay.
Second of all, it's DVD. It's a buggy game,
Jeez.
and it's unfortunate. And I'm sure they'll fix it in the next 3 months. So don't worry about it. Sorry. Wow, that was so much shade. I
You're
apologize.
fine. Oh, jeez. I was like, okay. Well, we can forget
Sorry.
that sponsorship. No, I'm kidding.
No, don't get me wrong. I was just like on this spiel about how I've just been getting back into DVD,
Yeah.
which is true, by the way. Also, Soulguard Unbreakable was made to counter a slugging nurse with no ed. I am just saying. At me.
Oh, jeez. I'm glad that sometimes people get like really annoyed that chat backseats or something like that. I'm actually really glad that chat is that observant and interactive because there are things that I definitely miss in the heat of the moment.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I keep forgetting that there are those really weird bugs out right now. It's hard to keep up with which bugs are in the game at which point. So, oh well. But
Sorry, that's such a sad thing to say. Oh no, but it's so true.
Is it? I don't know. Like, here's the thing: is that I heard someone make the sentiment before is that DBD has always had bugs. And it's been kind of ingrained as part of like the culture. DBD always have to and unless it's a very frustrating bug, generally it's actually kind of funny.
Wait, you mean something like perma wall hacks with Blood Pact and Object?
Yeah, that was frustrating.
What about when you could get stuck at the rock?
Oh god,
See, that's like OG.
That was
and you would
so
be like,
funny.
please come down me because I can't move.
You'd have to like run to the killer and bring them over to the
Yeah.
survivor at the rock and be like, please injure them and kill them.
That was
Thank you.
It was during that bug series when I became a killer main, and I made so many friends with survivors because there's like 2 or 3 people all stuck in that same corner because they were trying to push each other out and they got stuck in the process. And it was just like, all right, we can fix this, and we would reset. It'd be a whole thing. But see, those are the funny bugs. I'm okay with that.
See, those were fun because I do actually genuinely remember like a number of times where the killer would come over and hit me and then let me get off and give me like a little bit of a head start. And I'm just like, those were so great.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
I feel
good
like-
times.
I feel like, and I'd be interested to get your opinion on this.
Oh.
I feel like since SBMM, DBD has been so much more sweaty than it used to be. And maybe I'm just
Yeah.
like an old
It has.
fogey remembering, like in the Twilight years, remembering like the good old days. But I remember when we started playing this game that like we didn't get as much face camping.
Mm-hmm.
People would offer to give you hatch very frequently, which is a
Yeah.
very nice thing. It's not a requirement, but it is a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the team has played well, I'll usually give hatch. But like that is just not it anymore, man. It's like everyone is taking advantage of everything, and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. But I don't feel like it was like that when ranked was going on.
Not to the same degree, and it's because you got more of a mixed bag. Now it's very much to Behavior's credit, the games are more sweaty at a top level. It's just it's a mixed bag. I don't know. I don't know. There's a reason that I've gone on a smurfing spree for world record hunting and not playing my normal account right now. And yes, you could hate me all you want for smurfing. It's how you get world records at this point because you can't do it at high SBMM. I've tried for so long. It does not work. So
I also just feel like, wait, there was a thought in my brain and it went away. Hold, please.
well, while you
Sugar.
try to remember, congratulations to Deathwish, who will be moving on to round 2 with a victory. So congratulations and well played to Dawn. And with that said, we will be taking a short break for about 20 or so minutes as I don't believe the next lobby is ready for us to join just yet, but in the meantime, thank you for watching. This is for the qualifiers for Season 3, And whoever makes it into season 3 and wins out in season 3 gets a shot at being in Champions of Champions at the end of the year, which is a charity tournament that we are collaborating with Stream for a Cause.
Hell
and
yeah.
if you want to learn more about that, you can look at Stream for a Cause on Twitter, or I believe we have something in our Discord as well. If we don't, I'll try and get something for that as well to let you guys know more about that tournament at the end of the year. But regardless, we got a lot of stuff coming up in this next year. I did not expect this year to shape up to just be like thing after thing just coming right at you. So with that said, we'll be taking a short intermission here. We'll be back very shortly. Thank you for watching. And JuniKoh will not. Oh, I almost forgot. JuniKoh will not be joining us for the next one. So JuniKoh, where can we find you next if you go live? I know.
You can find us at twitch.tv/JuniKoh. We have been on a brief break, but we are hopeful to be back streaming starting this Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to see you join us.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. And with that said, we will be back in about 20 minutes. Stay tuned for round number 2 of the qualifiers for season 3.
Everybody.